Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Oh, fucking. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in this gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai wherever it may be. This is a lesson through the spirit. Just kind of meditating on some things, man, just over the weekend. And I was speaking with the brothers on being prepared for the Passover mindset, because we're in the week of the Pesach, which is Thursday evening at sunset, all right, which follows the Feast on Unleavened Bread, which Passover and the Feast on Unleavened Bread is all one and the same thing. Passover, Feast on Unleavened Bread, it's the same ordeal, same ceremony, right? The Passover is 14th day of evening of the first month of the year, which we're in the beginning of the year, the new year. And this coming Thursday evening will be the Pesach, okay? Followed by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which will be, I believe, which will mark the end of the Pesach, which will be a Shabbat. Okay, so with that being said, man, this Passover, as I was speaking to the brothers, I said this one feels a little different because we're gonna have a sign in the heaven, which is known as a so-called blood moon or lunar eclipse on the night of the Passover. And with that being said, expect things to take a turn for the worse here in America, as people are literally losing their freaking minds, man. Like, you got a homeless person sleep right there on the street, but as you got people losing their minds, man, because of the injustices that's being done here in America when it comes to food, gas, and ultimately just a demon that's plaguing people. Because you got to understand, we're in a time now of purging, okay? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai told us in Matthew's 24th chapter that because iniquity should abound, the love for one another should go cold. And just the type of weekend that transpired out here in KC, and this is what, maybe our really first week of decent weather. I mean, people are literally crashing the fuck out, man. I know I was Saturday, man, when I was at stayed overnight at a particular location, and I woke up to fucking gunshots, man. That literally sound like they was in the backyard. It's like a block over, but just the fact that, people letting off shots 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, it was rather disturbing, man, because I was just like, God damn, you can actually feel the impact of those shots, man, whoever they were shooting at. But that just told me right there in the spirit, like, yeah, things are getting ready to take a turn for the worse, because, people are hurting, man, okay? People lost hope. This new presidential administration is not fulfilling the promises that it told the people, that they was going to get the price of eggs and the cost of living down, and people are just ready to crash the fuck out, because this is just the times we living in. Woke up this morning, I was told that because they got a place called Platinum Fitness, it's a workout area. It was out in like Raytown, some goddamn where, that I believe they basically, two Jake dudes pulled an AK-47 on one of the workers at Planet Fitness, man. I mean, they got arrested, but that's the point. You got motherfuckers lurking at 5 o'clock in the morning, robbing people with AK-47s, man. So if things are turning up already, just imagine what it's going to be like in the summertime, when all hell can possibly break loose, because they're talking about going over to this digital system possibly in July. Now, we have to wait and see, because, I mean, they've given several deadlines as to when they was expecting this global system to come online, and yet it never happened. So right now, I believe they're in the interface stages of building this technocracy, which they're going to build up, and eventually they're going to collapse everything. And then, before you know it, they'll be dealing with the digital currency. All right. But that's not going to come without its woes, because in order to justify a global digital interface, they're going to have to do certain things like more cyber attacks, bank crashes. As last week, a lot of people was complaining because their bank accounts was closed without notice, and they gave some excuse that, well, Trump was investigating particular banks because they felt that these bank branches and these corporations were discriminating against people that had MAGA ideals, which didn't make any sense because people are discriminated every goddamn day. You know, so I'm thinking that this is probably a test run, and they're gonna start closing down accounts, and eventually banks are gonna go under and people won't be able to get their money. Therefore, people are gonna go batshit crazy, because one thing about these Americans, they thrive on their wealth, their possessions, and food. If you want to see an American person act a damn fool, take away bread and circus, take away their ability to feed themselves, which is the food, and take away their jobs. Then these people, they'll react the way you want them to react until you present a solvable solution in front of them. Okay, but 2025, man, hey, we may see record-breaking violence. You know, as 2021 was one of the most violent years we had on years. I mean, violent years we've had on record for some time, because that was in the midst of the pandemic. But just as this inflation increases because of these tariffs, I could see 2025 really probably being one of the worst years we can see, man. All right, and I'm just speaking through the spirit. You know, because the spirit, like, look, just be prepared, embrace, watch out for these demons, watch out who you deal with, watch out who you say shit to. You know what I'm saying? And this is the best time now to just fully be locked into the spirit, man. You know, you got a particular destination, get there and stay there, man. All right? This ain't the time to be moving around and jumping up and down and running from to and fro. If you got a destination to be at and it can keep you overnight, then be there. All right, because this summer is going to be it's going to get real violent, and I can feel it, you know, and the Lord is warning us, man. He's telling us, look, this Passover is going to be different. This blood moon, which is a lunar eclipse, those things are known to be omens as to major world shifts, man. And we're seeing that the small hats are pretty much in tandem and getting ready to go to war with Iran, man. All right. They want Iran out of the picture because they don't want them to get a nuclear weapon, which in the spirit, I believe they have one already, because they're in partner with Russia. And if you go in the book of Ezekiel 38th chapter, it tells us that Russia will be a guardian to these smaller nations. So it makes sense that the Russians and the Chinese can possibly supply Iran with nuclear weapons, man. You know? And that's what America don't want, because they don't want everybody being able to overtake them, so to speak. You know? So with that being said, a couple of precepts here. Shalom, Akim, how about Shemel Shabrakathum to you brothers out there, you few sisters out there that may watch. Brother Isaiah 19:1, it says, the burden of Egypt, it says, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and should come in Egypt. And this Egypt is tandem with America. Okay, because we know that America is spiritual Sodom in Egypt, according to the scriptures, man. All right. And it says here, and upon the idols of Egypt should be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt should melt in the midst of it, man. Right? Because if you look at people, they languishing right now. You know, like you had a mass layoff of federal employees maybe 2-3 weeks ago to some regard, and they on TikTok giving their complaints about this guy Donald Trump. And the crazy part about it is a lot of them voted for DJ Trump just to get stabbed in the back to not have any type of employment, you know, because he's doing his DOGE shit, which stands for Department of Government Efficiency, which everybody is making an outcry about Elon Musk, how he's not an elected official. But a lot of these demons you put in there is not elected officials, man. The fact that you have an IRS, a Title 4D system, which is not in any way constitutional, you people should have been made an outcry about injustices being done. But now when things affect you directly now, and you're finally waking up to the tyranny, now you want to complain when they've been getting over on you for the last 100+ years, man. You know? And it says here, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, all right? And the Egyptians is talking about the modern day Americans. You Babylonians, okay? You low IQ humans, okay? Because they mentioned that America has the lowest IQ system when it comes to school. You have the worst academic rating on the planet Earth. Okay, for you to have all this technology and supposed to be this innovative country, you are by far the worst. And in fact, when you go to places like China and Japan, they're outgunning you when it comes to education. Smart toilets, man. They got self-using toilets over there, even in public restrooms, man. While you still sitting on a commode and using this poison paper that got bleach in it that causes colon cancer. They in Japan figured it out, man. Even in parts of China, you know. But you Americans claim to be the most pristine and intelligent beings on the planet Earth, when in fact you're the lowest. Okay, you can't even tell the difference between a man and a damn woman, let alone you supposed to run the world. What a fucking joke, man. All right. But it says here, and they should fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, right? Because these cities are getting ready to erupt in civil war. And the spirit has been telling us, like, look, get ready. Things getting ready to take a turn. It's going to be a violent summer, man. And I can feel it, you know, because this guy Trump, hey, he's just like, look, Trump is just like in the spirit of not giving a fuck. You know, whatever that don't appease to him, he's doing away with it, you know. And it reads city against city, which is pretty much, you know, every city, every neighborhood, you know. Chicago, hey, Jacob Trouble gonna be on 10. Like the brother did a lesson titled Demon Time. I think somebody was listening to a video and then they just went up and they just shot some dude. Just start airing a group of motherfuckers out, you know, just for no apparent reason. You know, it wasn't provoked or anything like that of that nature. But this is the type of time people are on. You know, motherfuckers they just ain't got it all. They're bugged out. You know, and then a lot of these people too, they shot the J. So a lot of them ain't even operating right on the right frequency, because a lot of these people, they took that one punch, you know, they took the fruit punch. So therefore they completely bugged out. All right. And it says here, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city. That's right. 2nd Esdras 9:1. And it reads, and it says, and he answered me, then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. All right. And what some of the signs we see? Once again, that blood moon. All right. We had a total solar eclipse last year. I think back in April, you know, and I believe we had a blood moon last year, if I'm not mistaken. But also we had a 7 planet I think we had like a 7 planet galactic alignment to some degree. And then back in, I'm going to say late January, we had 6 planets that lined up. And at the end of February, we had like 7 planets, which represents a completion. And the crazy part about it is we followed by a blood moon, you see. But it says, and he answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. It says, when thou seest the parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? So we're seeing all hell breaking loose. People are discontent with government. They're coming out with all these movies. A good one to check out for you brothers is called 0 Day with this guy, Robert De Niro. It's a short series on Netflix, and it goes into basically the day that the country was hit by a cyber attack, and pretty much all global systems were offline. And they was blaming it on these so-called extremist groups and conspiracy theorists, when it was the United States government behind it the whole time. Sounds familiar, right? But it says here, therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. It says, for like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and the end is manifest, so even the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works ending in effects and signs, man. All right. So yeah, brothers, you know, this is just a quick lesson through the spirit. This week, man, is already, you can already feel the heaviness of it, man. You know, Jake just hella exhausted, just fucking tired. But, you know, just, hey, just do your best to stay in the spirit this week. You know, if you can limit movement to unnecessary spots, if you can limit that unnecessary moving around, hey, please do so. You know, if it's possible, you can get that Friday off, which is, you know, the next day of the Pesach. Hey, I recommend that you brothers take that day off, man, to just do some time to reflect and really focus as to what's at hand, man, because this shit is getting ready to go down, and I can feel it. All right. One day we gonna wake up. It's gonna be a total different America, man. And this place is gonna see the worst. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Noise in this gospel rod, lifting up the standard of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Our Lord's will, you were edified. To the next lesson. Shalom and a bubble ball. Shalom.